Here's my no BS take on AI in machine vision. AI seems to be everywhere at the moment, but what does it mean to us in the machine vision world? Well, let's start with what is AI? Artificial intelligence. Let's kill a myth right away. Your vision system is not going to evolve. It's not going to learn from looking at more products. It's not going to get better as you run production. It's not going to be any better in 6 months' time than it is today. That's because our tools are AI based, so that's part of the training methodology rather than the actual execution. So let's look at that in a little bit more detail. When AI first hit the machine vision world, it was what we call deep learning or machine learning. You can find that in the Insight D900 camera, a smart camera with deep learning. Now, deep learning is great. It allows us to train hundreds or thousands of images into a training set, which allows us to solve really complex applications. Defects on carbon fiber weave, reading really difficult to read text. It's brilliant at that kind of thing. But it comes at an overhead. The overhead is, I need to train that off of the camera on a PC, usually in our case a laptop. That needs to be a high-end laptop. It needs to have a really high-powered GPU in it. That comes at a cost. We also need a licensed dongle to be able to train that so that we've got access to those tools. Again, some additional cost in there. But if your application requires deep learning, then that is very much the tool for you to use. Once we'd got deep learning for a while, it became evident that what we needed is to be able to bring that to the masses, if you like, to simplify that, to make it easier to use. Along comes edge learning. Edge learning is a subset of deep learning. It uses fewer images, maybe 5 to 10 images, and is great for things like classification, OCR, anomaly detection. It's trained by showing it examples of different objects. So for instance, if we were going to classify an apple as good or bruised, for instance, we could show it a number of apples. No two apples are the same. So we could show it a bruised red apple, a bruised green apple, a good green apple, a good red apple, and it would start to understand what the differences are. The fact that it's red or green doesn't matter because you show me that as both good and bad. So it's something else. So it finds the bruise as the thing that's different. And this is the way that we tend to go about training things, by example based. Now, is it the silver bullet for all of your machine vision applications? Absolutely not. We've had various tools over the years that's going to improve things like getting rid of glare from lighting and stuff like that, automatically adjusting your exposure time if it gets too bright. The old rules still apply. If you don't get your image right first with the right lighting and optics, you're always going to have a bad day. It also doesn't replace the traditional rules-based tools. So if we're looking at measuring an object, AI is no good at that. AI is a little bit too woolly for that kind of thing. We need some hard and fast rules. I'm going to measure from this edge to this edge, and it must be between this value and this value, rules-based. In summary, AI is allowing us to unlock a load of applications that we couldn't touch before. It's not replacing the old traditional tools, the rules-based tools, but it could be a way for you to attack applications that we've just never been able to do before.